Football is a game of constant evolution. Clubs are always looking to refresh their squads, either by bringing in new talent or, sometimes, by pushing out established players who no longer fit into the manager's plans. This can happen for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's a matter of form, other times it's about making room for new signings, and occasionally, it's about financial considerations. In this video, we're going to take a look at 5 players who, despite their past contributions, are now being forced out of their clubs. Some of these names might surprise you. 5. Federico Chiesa. Once heralded as one of Italy's brightest talents, Chiesa is facing a tough time. Chiesa was a standout performer during Italy's Euro 2020 triumph, but his club career at Juventus has been less than stellar. Under the new management of Thiago Motta, Juventus is undergoing a tactical overhaul, and Chiesa has found himself on the periphery. He was left out of the squad for Juventus' season opener, and Motta has made it clear that Chiesa is not in his immediate plans. With Juventus looking to streamline their squad and potentially cash in on Chiesa, the winger might have to find a new club if he wants to play regularly. 4. Leon Goretzka. The powerful midfielder was once a key figure in Bayern's treble-winning side of 2020, but his performances have dipped in recent seasons. With Bayern failing to win any major trophies last season, the club is undergoing a significant rebuild under new manager Vincent Kompany. Reports suggest that Bayern are looking to cut their wage bill, and Goretzka, with his €18 million salary, is one of the players they're willing to offload. The German international has been left out of the first team recent games and has been training with the reserves. Despite his determination to stay and fight for his place, it appears that Bayern are keen to move him on, possibly to make room for new signings. 3. Joe Gomez. Once considered one of the brightest young defenders in England, Gomez's career has been plagued by injuries, preventing him from consistently holding down a place in the Liverpool defence. This season, things have gotten even more difficult for Gomez. New manager Arne Slot has opted for a different defensive setup, leaving Gomez out of the squad for Liverpool's Premier League opener against Ipswich Town. Instead, Slot chose to go with a younger option in Yoel Quansah alongside Virgil van Dijk, with the likes of Ibrahima Konate, Conor Bradley and Kostas Tsimikas also ahead of him in pecking order. Gomez might find his opportunities increasingly limited. A move away from Anfield could be on the cards if Gomez wants to revive his career. 2. Ben Chilwell. The left-back joined Chelsea from Leicester City in 2020 and was instrumental in their Champions League triumph. However, his fortunes have taken a turn for the worse since the arrival of Marc Cucurella from Brighton in 2022. Chilwell's season was further complicated by injuries, limiting him to just 21 appearances last term. With Cucurella impressing in the Euros and becoming a favourite of Maresca, Chilwell's place in the starting lineup is no longer guaranteed. In a recent interview, Maresca hinted that Chilwell's skill set might not align with his tactical approach, suggesting that the Englishman could be surplus to requirements. With his contract running until 2027, Chilwell may need to consider his options if he wants regular first-team football. 1. Raheem Sterling. A player who was once seen as a marquee signing for Chelsea. When he joined from Manchester City in the summer of 2022 for £47.5 million, fans were excited to see what he could bring to Stamford Bridge. Sterling arrived with a reputation as one of the Premier League's most dynamic attackers, having enjoyed tremendous success at City under Pep Guardiola. However, his time at Chelsea has been far from ideal. Despite a few flashes of brilliance, Sterling has struggled to find consistency at Chelsea. The club's recent spending spree has seen them bring in a host of attacking talent, including Mykhailo Mudryk and Pedro Neto, which has intensified competition for places. With Sterling's high wages and underwhelming performances, the club's management seems intent on moving him on. He was notably left out of the squad during a key match against Manchester City. The new manager Enzo Maresca has hinted that Sterling may not be in his plans moving forward. It's a tough situation for the England international, who might need to seek a new challenge elsewhere to reignite his career. Football is a game of highs and lows, and for the players on this list, the current situation is undoubtedly a low point in their careers. However, being forced out of a club isn't always the end of the road. It can be the beginning of a new chapter. Whether they stay and fight for their place or move on to new pastures, these players still have a lot to offer. It will be interesting to see where they end up and whether they can rediscover the form that made them stars in the first place. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Did any of these names surprise you? And which of these players do you think will bounce back the strongest? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to GoalGist for more football content. See you in the next one.